Arranged night were supposed to be a new chapter for you. It felt like an unfinished book. You and Jung were legally bound, tied together by family expectations. But inside the house, it was as if two strangers lived parallel lives. Two bedrooms, two routines, two separate worlds. In the morning, you often cross paths in the halfway. He would give you a curt note, his deep voice burning out a polite "Good morning, your word." You would answer with a faint smile, clutching your coffee mug like a shield. At dinner, you sat across a long mahogany table, distance stretching between you like a silent ocean. The clink of silverware, Aaron's Persian echoed too loudly in the quiet house. The ticking of the antique clock in the corner felt heavier than words ever spoke. He never looked at you for too long. You never dared to ask him anything personal. There was no anger, no open hostility, just absence and emptiness heavier than hatred. And yet, little by little, the silence began to shift. It happened in ways so small you wonder if you imagine them, like the night you sneezed at the table and before you could even reach for a napkin, he sent slide one across the table toward you. He didn't say much, just muttered low, careful, but his eyes lingered on your face. A second too long, or when you reached for the salt once, and he passed it to you without you asking, as if he had been quietly watching and noticing. One evening, you discovered that he had ordered your favorite side dish. He never touched it himself, he didn't announce it. He simply placed it in front of you and carried on eating his own meal. And then there were the touches, accidental and fleeting. The brush of your hands when you both reached for a dish. His body stiffened every time as if electricity had jolted to his veins. His jaw would clench, his eyes flicking away, his style like he was suppressing something unspeakable. It was subtle, almost invisible to the naked eye, but you felt it, the quiet shift, the unspoken weight in the air. Your heart began to betray you. You noticed the way his eyes lingered when he thought you were not watching, the way his voice softened almost imperceptibly when he said your name. The way you sometimes sense his presence outside your bedroom door late at night, never knocking, never anything, just there. It was madness. You told yourself not to overthink it, that maybe he was just being polite, maybe he was just thoughtful by nature, maybe he was indifferent, and you were the space for his scarves. But deep inside, hope blew. Maybe he's shy, maybe he's waiting for me to make the first move, maybe he thinks I will reject him if he comes closer, and that fragile hope became the rhythm of your days. You were falling hopelessly, foolishly. It was past midnight when it happened. You woke with a dire thought and padded softly toward the kitchen for water. The house was dark and still, shadows stretching across the wall. As you passed Jungkook's room, you noticed the door was slightly ajar, and then you heard it. A low groan, his voice. Ah, dash. Your feet froze, blood draining from your face. A second later, another sound followed. A woman's voice, so whimpering, breathless. Jungkook is so. Your chest caved in, the air around you stuttered. Every unspoken glance, every quiet moment you had cherished, every fragile dream you had let yourself hold on to, all came crashing down in a brutal instant. He was not shy, he was not waiting, he was not afraid. He has someone else. You stumbled backward, pressing a trembling hand against your mouth, desperate to silence the sob clawing its way up your throat. Your vision blurred, your heart hammering so violently you thought you might faint. You ran back to your room and slammed the door shut. The moment it clicked behind you, your knees gave out. You slid to the floor, clutching your chest, shaking violently as sobs tore to you. Tears streamed down your cheeks, hot and endless, soaking into your palms as you tried to smoother your cries. How could you have been so naive? How could you have thought those small gestures mean something, that he might actually feel the same way? Your heart felt the glass crushed beneath someone's heel. With trembling hands, you dragged the notepad from your desk door and began to write through the blur of tears. I thought you had the feelings for me too, Jungkook. I thought maybe you were just afraid to say it. I didn't know you were sleeping with someone else behind my back. I can't live with a man who cheats. Goodbye, I'm leaving this country. The ink smudged with teardrops. You folded the paper, sealed it with shaking fingers, and left it on his desk. Then you packed clothes hastily stuffed into a suitcase, hand trembling violently. You didn't care where you ended up, anywhere but here, anywhere but under the same roof as a man who had broken your heart before he had ever held it. By dawn, you were gone. The next morning, Jaku stared away, groggy and dashed from studying up half the night. His skin was slick with sweat, his muscles heavy with fatigue. He suggested lazily, rubbing his eyes, yawning into the silence. He knocked on your door, voice still husky. Wine, breakfast. Silence. He waited, frowned, then pushed the door open. Empty. Your closet was half bare. Your suitcase was missing. Confusion turned to panic. Wine, he called louder, his voice echoing through the quiet house. He rushed downstairs, checking every room, his heartbeat quickening with every unanswered calls. And then he saw the letter lying on the table, folded neatly, his stomach twisted as he picked it up, hands shaking. The words blurred before his eyes as he read. You are cheating on me. I heard her voice. Goodbye. His blood turned cold. With the dash, his face cracked in the empty house. The letter slipped from his trembling hands onto the floor. Cheating? When? How? With whom? And then it hit him. Last night, the sounds, the recordings, his face drained of colors. Oh God, no. His breath came short. His chest tightening painfully. She thinks oh, dash. Without a second thought, he snatched his car keys, his phone, his wallet, no socks, no breakfast, nothing else. He bolted out the door like a man possessed. The engine roared as he tore out of the driveway, tires crashing against asphalt. He swerved to traffic recklessly, one hand gripping the wheel so tight his knuckles turned white, the other racking to his messy hair, his heart pounding violently, panic cursing through every vein. Please don't leave me, he muttered under his breath. The air was no fire, but every real life felt like eternity, every slow car ahead like a curse. Images of you boarding the plane, disappearing from his life forever, ripped through his mind, his thought asked, his chest burned, his mind screamed. You think I cheated? God, why? No, I have never touched anyone but you. How do I explain this before you are gone? He pressed harder on the accelerator. He had to reach you before the fly, before you vanished, before he lost you forever. The terminal bus with live announcement echoed overhead, windows suitcase rolled across polished floors, and voices blended into a chaotic hum. But to you, the world felt muted, like you were moving underwater. You clutched your boarding pass in trembling hands. Your eyes stung from crying, lashes still wet, your chest was heavy, but your chin was lifted stubbornly. This was it. You wouldn't be the wife who begged to be loved. You wouldn't be someone's second choice. You told yourself you were strong, but as you stepped toward the gate, a voice cut through the noise. When you froze, your blood ran cold. Slowly against your battered judgment, you turned, and there he was, Jungkook. Breathless, his dark hair was a mess, strands sticking to his forehead. His white shirt clung to his chest, untucked and wrinkled from his frantic rush. His eyes wide, glossy, frantic, scanned the crowd until they landed on you, and when they did, relief and desperation crashed together in his gaze. He pushed through people, ignoring the curses thrown at him as they shoved past his issue. He sent soothing out to grab your wrist, holding on as if letting go meant losing you forever. His voice spoke, "Don't go. You swallowed hard, fighting the burn of fresh tears. Let me go, Jungkook, don't get the scene. His grip tightened, his chest heaved as he shook his head violently. No, not until you answer me one thing, his eyes burned into yours. When did I ever cheat on you? You laugh bitterly, the sound sharp and broken. Don't insult my intelligence. Your voice trembled as the memory stabbed through you. I heard you last night. I heard everything. His brows frowned, confusion flashing before panic returned. Heard what? Your throat closed up, but the words forced their way out anyway, each one slicing through you. Your voice moaning, and her, she was calling your name. Your voice cracked, tears spilling again. Don't lie to me, Jungkook, I heard it. He stared at you like the ground had vanished beneath his feet. His lips parted, but no words came. His Adam's apple bobbed as he swallowed hard, eyes wide and desperate. Then, with shaking hands, he fumbled for his phone. Wait, just wait, he muttered, his voice raw, trembling as he unlocked the screen with clumsy fingers. Is it what you heard? His voice broke as he tapped a file. A sound filled the air. A woman's moan, desperate, breathless, the sound of your name on her lips. Ah, Jungkook, your chest sized. You flinched as it stuck. That's it, you whisper hoarsely, your heart tearing. That's it, that's the voice I heard. You stumble back a step, clutching your chest. Why does it sound like my... His voice cut too harsh and telling, boss, it's you. The world still, you blink frozen. What? Jung's hand shook violently as he clutched the phone. His voice cracked. It's not another woman, man. It's AI, a voice cloning app. He broke off his throat typing. I made a fake version of you. Your breath is your lips parting in shock. What? I didn't cheat. He rushed out, words stumbling desperate. I swear on my life, on everything I have never touched anyone since the day I married you. No once your heart pounded in your ears, disbelief crashing against yours. But your voice cracked, tumbling. You made an AI version of me? Moaning, he clenched, his ear flushed red with shame. He dragged the shaky hand to his ear, his voice lowering to a pained whisper. I didn't know what else to do. His eyes searched yours, pleading. You kept your distance. You never look at me the way I looked at you every night. I wanted to tell you, but I was terrified. Terrified you didn't want me. Terrified you regretted this marriage. So I kept waiting, and the longer I waited, the harder it became to say anything at all. Your chest tightened painfully, your tears falling harder. I wanted you so badly, he whispered, his voice speaking. I thought about you every single night, about what it would feel like if you touched me first, if you said my name like that, if you held me the way I dreamed about. But I didn't have the courage to ask for it, so his voice cracked again. So I listened to their fake voices because at least then I could pretend you wanted me to. Your voice spun. Your breath came shallow and quick. Your voice faltered, pain thick in your throat. You could have just told me. You could have said something instead of... I was scared. His voice broke loud enough to make Sati just glance over, but he didn't care. His hand gripped your status, despair trembling. What if you rejected me? What if you said you wanted to leave? I couldn't risk it. I couldn't risk losing the only chance. I had to stay close to you. Your hands shook as you heard his chest with a weak face, sobs spilling uncontrollably. You stupid man. His breath caught, guilt as deep in his features. Ryan, you broke me. You cried. Your voice cracked as you gasped for air, choking on sobs. You know what it felt like to hear that, to think you were with someone else while I was falling in love with you. The world seemed to stop around you. His eyes widened, his lip parted in shock. You love me? His voice was hoarse, fragile, like he barely dared to hope. Your tears streamed faster, your fist landing weakly against him again. Yes, you idiot, I love you. The air between you charged. For a moment there was nothing but raw silence, and then his face crumbled, his body sagged forward as he wrapped you into his arms, crushing you against him so tightly it knocked the from breath. The lungs. His voice shook against your hair. I love you too. Good, I love you too. More than I can breathe, more than I can explain. Don't ever leave me again, please. You sob, she says, keeping his shirt with trembling fingers. You traumatize me, Jungkook. He gave a broken laugh, the tears brushing your wet cheeks with his thumbs. And you traumatize me with that goodbye note. You lean back, meeting his eyes. They burn with intensity with everything he had kept locked away for months. Your voice was sober, steady, no more vowels, no more silence, just us, only us. His chest rose, and you feel rapid like his breath trembling, only us. And then finally the wall crumbled. He leaned down, pressing his forehead to yours before capturing your lips. The kiss was tentative at first, shaky, desperate, uncertain, but then it deepened. Years of unspoken longing crashing out in waves. His hand cupped your face. His thumb trembling against your skin as he groaned softly into your mouth. You gasped, clutching his shell like a lifeline when you broke apart breathless. He rested his forehead against yours, whispering hoarsely, "Good, I thought I lost you. You almost did," you murmured, still crying, still smiling freely through the tears. He gave a shaky smile, brushing your face tenderly. "So, do I still need the air version of you?" Your jaw-dropped eyes winning in disbelief. "Jungkook." He laughed, the sound deep and beautiful, echoing in the bustling air. But for the first time, it was not empty silence between you, it was life. He grabbed your suitcase in one hand, your fingers in theirs, and pulled you toward the exit like a man who had just been given a second chance at life. The end.